I don't know if you've had the misfortune lately here just before Christmas to go into one of those big box stores or a mall. Do they still have malls? Is that still a thing? If you have, and I regrettably, I've been into the stores, there's just a flurry of activity. Things are crazy. They're giving out samples and just the busyness and the noise. And look, skip tracing can be like that too if you don't have a plan. Hi, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. I'm the creator of the Investigator's Ultimate Guide series, which is premium private investigator training from someone who's been there and done that. There are so many sources and methods to use when we're skip tracing. As a professional, you know that. If you need a concise, easy reference to 51 sources and methods, please do check out my book, 51 Weird Private Investigator Tricks That Actually Work. The neat thing is there's no restricted access databases listed there. There's nobody to tell you, no, you can't have this. 51 sources and methods, things to get you information for, skip tracing, background checks, all sorts of things that we use in our industry. But if you don't have a plan, you're going to go crazy and dive in and miss out on time. It's going to be a problem. So I'm not here in this short free video to tell you what your plan should be. I'm going to share with you the thing that I do first. But have a plan, have a procedure, write it out. Think about, here's my client intake sheet, or here's the sheet I start out with, what information I have. Maybe you have a name, maybe you have a nickname, location, last known address. There's all sorts of things that you could have, physical description. A lot of times a client will call you to have somebody skip trace and they'll have precious little information, but they don't realize they have more than what they think. It's up to you to ask them the questions to get that information. So they frequently know if the person is black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. And that can be helpful when you're looking at records. I'm about to describe those records to you, in fact, that have physical descriptions. So have a plan. My first place, almost always when I'm looking for someone, is the county courthouse. And anymore, thank God, thank you, Jesus, we don't have to go down there as much as we used to. There are indexes online for free. Do not pay for this stuff. But the index, you can search by name or sometimes other criteria as well. But punch in the name, make sure you watch for different variations of that. Maiden name, names change, those types of things. But you can get a quick rundown on the index page of anything that this person has interacted with the county courthouse for. Remember, there's two different levels of courts. I can't cover all of this right now, but especially the lower court where you get things like traffic violations and misdemeanors and that type of thing. Almost everybody gets snatched up in there sooner or later for one thing or another, even if it's just a traffic citation. Now, the neat thing is when you look at the index, you'll have, okay, hey, here's my person I can see just 2 years ago, and that can be an eternity in skip tracing, but there was this traffic citation. Well, when you pull and look a little bit closer at that, you're going to find things like maybe an alternate address or a different last known address for that person. And there might even be physical description on there, including race, which can help you narrow down, is this the right John Smith or not, especially when you have that common type name. But have a plan for skip tracing, have a plan for background checks, a procedure, a checklist. It will save you a ton of time, money, effort, energy, and it will make your reports more standardized. And your clients that come back to you over and over again, like human resources departments, they love having that kind of cookie cutter, it always looks the same type background check. If you have an idea, maybe one that's a little outside the box for having a procedure or a way or avoiding just the mania that can instantly happen if you hit, God forbid, you type their name into Google and look for something, or one of the social media platforms, you can just go down that rabbit hole and not gain a whole lot if you don't have a procedure. But if you have something that's maybe even, especially if it's an outside the box way of starting your skip tracing, share it with us. We can all learn from each other. In the meantime, this is Larry Kaye with ShadowAnyone.com. Remember, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing.